So in the last video on the $10,000 starting a retic breeding business, I did forget to add a rack in. So you have to run the numbers a little different, but that'd be about you can get a rack for like 350 bucks. So yeah, figure that in. But this is starting a retic business with 25,000. This is what I recommend. This is how I would do it if I was doing this. I'd get 4 Herpstat sixes. That's going to run you about 2,000, maybe a hair over. All right. That's 24 probes. So it's a lot of stuff. 4 4-foot cages. The ones from Reptile Basics, you're looking around 1,400. So you get 4 of those. 4 males, you should be good. Then 6 6-footers from Animal Plastic. That's going to be 3,600, maybe a hair more. Then you're going to definitely need 2 racks, for sure, 2 racks. I would go with the Reptile Basic racks. I think with the tubs, they're probably about 350. Yeah, you definitely need 2 of those. So, you can drop 1,000 easy on the racks, and that puts that so far that totals around 9,000, give or take a little. So that gives you a budget on your animals of 16,000. If I had a budget for 16,000, I would definitely get a 1.1 pure super dwarfs Kalatoa because they're going to be the most affordable. If you shop around, make sure you get real ones, not never mind. Just get real ones. And then I would get as some sort of 1.1 dwarfs, whatever dwarf you like, whether you like, if you like Solaire, get Solaire. If you like Tambalongan, get Tambalongan. I don't know if there's a whole lot of Tambalongans out there. But if you like it, like whatever you like on the medium sized stuff. Because you guys will say a $2,500 budget on the 1.1 Kalatoas and a $2,500 budget on any medium sized pair, and that 2,500 is pretty standard. I know if you shop around and find the right people, you could get a pair of the super dwarfs for 2,500. Maybe they're not pure, like as in Kalatoa, pure Madu, pure Karampa, but they're pure super dwarfs. Like, it's maybe they're a Madu Kalatoa cross or something like that. So you might be able to find something in that range. If you wait around and shop around enough, you'll find it. If you want something like a well-known, established pure line, it's not happening for 2,500. It's just not. It's more, that's going to be more like 35, 4,000. So let's say you're okay to go with, like, say, TK line or something. You want a pair of pure TKs, you probably could find them for 2,500. For the male morphs, definitely you want to go 50% super dwarf. Try to get at least 2 males double visual, whether they're purple, tiger, snow, purple sun, whatever. I'd have a $5,000 budget for those two animals, 2,500 each, and you can probably find something in that price range. And then for the females, I would try to get that gives you a $6,000 budget for 4 females. So try to find 2-year-olds, at least 50% Kalatoa, and head for purple. A lot like the first 10,000, I'm saying you don't need to get anything crazy. Remember, this is a business, strictly a business. You like the retics, but you're trying to start a business that you want to be able to grow and scale, and you got 25,000. If you have 2 different types of double visual, purple tiger, purple snow, whatever males, and you have 4 het females, that gives you a very wide range of what you're able to produce. If you have a purple tiger and you breed it to a het, it's going to give you tigers, going to give you normals, tigers, purples, and purple tigers. So you're going to get 4 animals out of that clutch. You're able to produce a nice wide range of affordable animals, and you can do it 4 times. So if you had, like, one was a purple tiger male and the other one was a purple motley, and you do 2 clutches of each, you're pretty much golden. You're pretty much golden. You're going to have a nice mix of a lot of different animals to offer for sale at affordable prices. That's what I want to stress about the $10,000 budget and the $25,000 budget. The whole point of this is to say, no, basically what I'm telling you with this is don't put all your eggs in one basket. If you're really serious about breeding retics long term, then starting like this shouldn't be a problem, because I'm telling you how to start in a way that's going to allow you to get as much bang for your buck while producing animals that will sell, while having pure localities on the back end for you to be able to take into what you're producing for your holdbacks, while being able to still be in the black and start to expand. So you don't need to necessarily need to expand with more animals or more breeders. You could sell off your hets, your females, once you're able to replace them with visuals, or you could sell them off and replace them with a higher end project. One of the big things I see when people get into the retic space or just the reptile space at all, and they come in with a big chunk of cash, they go out and spend their money on just a handful of things. They put all their eggs in one basket. And that's the thing you need to avoid, especially starting out. If you're starting out and you don't really have a name, you're new, no one's ever bought your stuff before because you've never bred and sold before, nobody's going to question your purples because they're purple. And if they look good, then you have good looking purples and they're affordable and people want them for pets. So, that's what I would aim for as a new breeder if you're coming in at $25,000 budget. Set yourself up to produce like the $10,000 budget, only just this has been upscaled a little bit for a higher production level. You're just producing more stuff because you have more money to buy this feasibly priced animals. To start, the financial entry level is still, pretty reasonable at 25,000. I mean, I know this sounds boring, and it's like, oh, you need an Aztec on that list, and you need some ocelot on that list, and you need to, get all this crazy stuff. No, you don't. No, if you're actually trying to run a business, you want bread and butter. That's what sells. You want your bread and butter stuff when you're coming out the gate as a breeder. Get a couple localities and get a couple double visual males and some het females, preferably with some age on them, all 50% Kalatoa. So you're meeting the standard. You're making some holdbacks. You can upgrade them with polygenic traits from your dwarf, medium-sized stuff. You can upgrade them with higher super dwarf percentages with your super dwarf stuff. You can scale. You can't scale crazy, but you can scale in a way that's going to allow you to grow your business and stay in the black. As long as animals aren't dying, they should be fine. Because I mean, if you had 4 hets at 2 years old, you're breeding probably the following season. Let's say all 4 of them go, which if you feed them enough, they should. Now you got 4 clutches, not including if your pure stuff is ready, which let's not even count on that. Let's just say you got hatchlings. 1 year in, you're hitting 4 clutches. You're getting 4 different variations in each clutch. Well, technically you're getting 4 variations in every 2 clutches because they'd be the same male. So you're going to have basically 4 options for each pairing, and they're all going to be affordable, and they're all going to be pretty. They're going to be baseline basic stuff. They don't need to be super fancy. They just need to look good. That's the thing people fail to understand when starting this. They come in, they drop a ton of money, and they want to come out swinging with the new cool thing. If you got the money and you want to do it, cool. But if you only have 25,000, don't buy 2 snakes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you got 25,000 to spend, I just told you how to get a bunch of thermostats, 10 cages, 2 racks, all the miscellaneous crap you need, and 2, 4, 6, 10 snakes. So you can have everything you need and 10 snakes, or you could have 2 snakes. And chances are, if you're buying young stuff, if you're coming in buying that high-end stuff, you're buying 2 young snakes that aren't breeding you're not getting a clutch for 3.5 years. That's fine if you're okay with that. But if you're really trying to make this into a business, or make this into a small business on the side for the weekend for some extra income, and you want to work with these animals because you enjoy them, this is a $25,000 option to do that. And outside of the only thing I would have on here that you could buy would be Halmas, Ternates, or Mindanaos. Like, I don't even have anything. I don't make this plan makes me no money unless you're buying one of those 3 localities, because that's the only thing I have for sale. I don't have herp stats for sale. I don't have cages for sale. I don't sell racks. I don't sell pure super dwarfs. I don't sell 2-year-old het purples. And I don't have any double visual purple super dwarf males. So, like, this isn't a sales pitch. This is just a breakdown of how to come in as a business at only 25,000. And I can't say it's 100% guarantee, because something could go wrong, like, with your snakes. I mean, because you're dealing with live animals. But this is a very affordable way to enter into this business. You can still grow with even a collection this small, because you got the dwarf and the super dwarf blood to mix in with anything you hold back, make some money, buy some higher end stuff. You can actually move out your hets, replace them with visuals. But yeah, like I said, this is strictly a business sense, with the caveat being that you actually enjoy the retics, because if you don't enjoy retics, do not buy retics. I see that with ball pythons so much. People that don't even like snakes get into ball pythons because they're stupid and they're like pet rocks, but they think they're going to make all this money. If you don't enjoy working with the animals, do not get the animals. If you do enjoy working with the animals and you got $25,000 and you want to come in with a business, there you go. There's a way to enter into this industry. And if they don't even necessarily have to be albinos or purples, I just recommend that because they sell. You can do this with double visual or triple visual platy sun tigers. You know what I'm saying? You can do it with that stuff. You could maybe get a triple visual het purple to breed to het purple. And now you have platy sun tiger het purple to het purple, and you're getting a quarter of the clutcher coming out purple. So you're getting this giant potential mix of all this stuff, different stuff, all pretty, all affordable. That's what I recommend. And I did talk about incubators. I'm going to do another video showing you an insanely cheap way to make an incubator. Insanely cheap. Like it's going to cost you like $100. So I didn't even factor that in, but we can add that in later. But yeah, that's how I would do entering into the retic industry at 25,000. So I hope you found that helpful. You probably didn't, and chances are no one's going to listen to me about this, but that's okay. I'll make a video anyways.